And the Uganda government debt to GDP is projected to trend around 51.30% of GDP in 2022 and 52.00% of GDP in 2023, according to our economic models. With this, there is a need to find ways to raise domestic revenue at least from 13 to 20%. Experts say that this will somehow reduce the debt burden.
According to the Ministry of Finance, Uganda's debt burden has exceeded the domestic debt ceiling to a level which is dubbed unhealthy domestic borrowing. Penny Nambabazi, the program officer at Siatini, Uganda, says that it's time for Uganda to pay back the debt, which is 73.9 trillion.
Now, as a country, we are already into a public debt being 73.9 trillion, according to Bank of Uganda. And that has already put a lot of pressure in regard to how best we can actually pay back some of these loans. So our debt servicing is also on a rise to about 15.2 trillion, which entails mainly how best we can be able to pay off this debt is mainly from our domestic revenue. And we have seen a lot of grapple in how much we have been able to actually be able to increase our domestic revenue mobilization into throughout the COVID-19 and into this time where we're now getting to plan for a new financial year.
Honorable George D.D. Doka, the Member of Parliament, as well expressed concern over the debt. He noted that there is need to amplify domestic revenue collection up to 18 to 20% to get rid of the loan.
This is our background for this conversation is that as we speak now, whereas in the middle income category of countries, at least the government should be able to realize revenue of about 18 to 20% from domestic revenue ratio to GDP. Uganda is still at about 13% of tax revenue to GDP ratio. And that means it leaves us as a government, as a country, to be dependent economically. Many of the friends of Uganda, especially the multilateral and bilateral organizations, are getting fatigued, what we commonly call donor fatigue. And therefore, they are putting the government of Uganda, the Ministry of Finance, Uganda Revenue Authority under pressure to enhance its revenue.
Furthermore, Honorable George Didi says to enhance and attain financial dependence as a country, a lot needs to be done, especially working on the laws, as well as putting government money into proper use.
An enabling legal and regulatory framework by working on our tax laws, tax policies, tax rules and regulations. Area number 2 is improving on our appropriative efficiency, allocative efficiency, to see to it that the tax revenues that we have generated are efficiently allocated to sectors that will be able to add value to Ugandans. And the third is related to the area of oversight and value for money. Whatever money is allocated for ministries, departments, local governments, and entities has to be put to good use. That requires ensuring that our structures, our systems, our processes, our procedures are efficient, they are effective, and they are economical. And we optimize the utilization of the available resources to see to it that there is value for money.
However, Honorable Geoffrey Kayemba Solo, Member of Parliament, Bukoma Simbi, says there is enough money that is collected, but there are those that embezzle government's money, something he says has burdened this country.
I think it's so sad you are able to say that the money they collect is not enough. Let them talk about the corrupt people who embezzle funds day to day. Remember the IGG report and the Auditor General's report said over a trillion shillings is embezzled a year. So let them look at those people that steal money instead of putting a burden on Ugandans to collect more taxes. Yet that money benefits only a few people who take them to make their homes happy, their families happy.
Amidst challenges of COVID-19, some sectors have performed well in the first half of the financial year 2021-2022, whereby 75.46% of the revenue was generated. Babu Isa, Rita Cabanyoro, Smart 24.